Crypto is dumping. The bull market is cancelled. There's no way that we're going to see a recovery from here.
I'm never going to financially recover from this.
I woke up and read these messages on Telegram this morning, and I'm going to be honest, I thought that Bitcoin must be at like 45k or something. I see in the charts it's at 61.5k, and I'm like, what the F is everyone so panicked about? Why is everyone getting so upset? Guys, I'm going to explain exactly why the markets are tanking right now. And they're not tanking, they've dropped like a few percent. And I'm going to explain why this is actually a very positive thing and why we're closer to seeing a push in crypto than perhaps we have been seeing over the last few months. Hit the like button. Let's go off into the woods. Now, obviously, for those who are paying close attention, I'm not in the woods because there's a fence right there, okay? I'm just in the garden. And I thought I would go out in the garden because I haven't got particularly fancy charts to show you. And also because I want you to get out in the garden or get out somewhere else so you can chill the F out, because nothing is wrong with where we are at in crypto right now. All that has happened is Bitcoin has taken a little dip towards the downside at a period of time where everyone already is panicking because the markets have kind of been a bit negative over the last few months, okay? I get it. We all aped in really hard, really early, and now we're kind of paying the price for that, with Bitcoin being down 13% in a week. Bitcoin is only 13% down from all-time highs, and everyone is absolutely crapping themselves. But let's understand why the markets are crashing, and that will help us feel a lot more positive about the overall situation when it might get better. Now, the first thing to feel positive about is the longer the markets are feeling a bit bleak like this, and the longer it puts off before Bitcoin surges towards the upside, the better a bull market we're eventually going to have. So get over it, okay? Chill out. It's all good. Why are the markets crashing? Well, the markets are crashing because of this. We have seen interest rates in the United States be sky high for a very long time. Not just the US, but globally. Interest rates make for unfavorable investment conditions. And even with interest rates at 5.1%, which is pretty damn high, Bitcoin has managed to reach 70k and go over 70k, which is absolutely ludicrous. So are interest rates ever going to come down? Well, if you've ever paid attention to what the Federal Reserve says over the period of time that they were increasing the interest rates, is that they would increase the interest rates to a point that the economy struggled and would continue to keep rates extremely high until the economy broke. Now, the economy, weirdly, has managed to maintain significant strength, with the stock market basically reaching all-time highs until like yesterday, where it had the biggest crash since COVID. And as we continue to see all the metrics telling us that the markets were fine, that these interest rates were something we could cope with, we were expecting to see interest rates remain the same. Crypto was never going to be surging towards the upside until the interest rates started to show signs that they might at least be coming down. Nothing was showing any signs or any reasons as to why the Fed might cut interest rates until yesterday, when non-farm payrolls started to decline massively. We also saw unemployment rise from 4.1% to 4.3%. Is that good? Well, not for the people who've lost their jobs, unfortunately, but it means that the interest rates are starting to break the US economy. Who would have thought this would be a good thing? Well, the US economy can't afford to break. The US can't afford for its economy to break. But luckily, they've done something that allows them to give a lot of slack back into the economy and calm things down. What might that slack look like? Decreasing interest rates. Finally, we've got to a point at which they're going to be forced to start decreasing interest rates, because if they don't, unemployment will surge and everything will go into decline. They can't afford to have a recession. They dump the interest rates. They print money. This is what will cause the recession to get pushed back to another few years or so. And we're all good. This will be a huge catalyst for seeing crypto push towards the upside at a time that everyone is panicking about a few percent decline towards the downside. So what the F do we do? Well, chill out, guys. It's not that bad. The chances of going into recession are incredibly slim. The recession is the only thing that potentially will cancel the bull market for at least another year or so. But it can't happen. Okay, the economies can't afford for it to happen. We're running into an election year. There is no chance that the government will allow recession to happen before an election takes place. Therefore, the Fed will start to scramble to try to then move interest rates. On the 14th of August, we have inflation data coming out. There's a good chance inflation data is low because inflation has been coming down because it has no help. And if inflation is coming down, the interest rates will very likely start to decrease, and that will happen around September. So this is clearly the last final shakeout before the bull market. How do we know? Well, this bull market has been pretty much orchestrated by one company and one company alone. Who are they? BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager. And like it or not, this company will be controlling Bitcoin and crypto for the foreseeable future, or at least probably forever more. And what have they been doing every time crypto dumps? They've been buying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of Bitcoin. Why would they be buying hundreds of Bitcoin if the crypto bull market was cancelled? They wouldn't, okay? They're not stupid. They're smarter than I am, and they're probably smarter than you are, dare I say, okay? So they've been buying crypto because crypto overall is going to be heading towards the upside. We just have to zoom out. And if in the short term we take bigger dips and it feels painful and we haven't got any money to buy the dip because the interest rates are high and our mortgages are brutal and, you know, everything's more expensive, I get it, okay? I understand. We should have done that thing where we should have kept 10% of our crypto in USDT so that we could buy in at times like this. I appreciate it's been dipping and we keep buying the dips and the dips get bigger. If I was to say, and I had a bit of cash set aside right now, or, you know, my money was coming in and I was still getting paid, well, what would I do right now? I would probably back myself that the projects I've been buying, I've been doing my good solid research on, and if I understood why those projects will do well in the future, then I'm willing to hold them. If I can DCA into them, brilliant. If I can't DCA into them, but I've only got like $50 or $100 left after my paycheck or whatever it might be, then what I might do would consider to put money towards the stronger assets, the likes of Bitcoin, the likes of Solana, the likes of Ethereum. Why would I do that? Well, because these coins have still seen a drop towards the downside, and they are more than likely, and I don't want to say guaranteed, but more than likely still going to see good growth, but lower risk. Why? Because if the market does tank further, these coins don't see significant dumps because they're already propped up by big market caps, much less volatile. Okay, so those bigger coins, the Solanas, you know, the top kind of 10, top 20 cryptos won't see like 10x plus, but they will likely see sort of 3 to 4, maybe 5x's. But the likes of Solana could well see a 3 to 4x going from here. And if the whole market drops, then you're not really going to look much more than like a 20 or 30% downside in Solana, I would say. But if you go for the smaller caps, there's a chance you see another 50, 60% drop in some of them. And it could take a little bit longer for them to recover. But ultimately, you've got to get over this. It's crypto. Markets move down as well as move up. You can't just expect to buy into the world's riskiest asset class when probably you haven't done a huge amount of research and expect to only go up in an upwards direction. We've been in a bull market for the last year or so, and therefore you must have exposure to crypto. If you're buying into crypto and the markets have dipped against you, you did the right thing. No one anticipated this 5 months kind of sideways action for crypto, but the only thing you can do is buy during dips in bull markets and hold for somewhere towards where we feel the top of the bull market hit. We are nowhere near the top of the bull market. How do I know that? Very few retailers are watching crypto videos. Very few people are talking about crypto anywhere. Remember, the top of the market, you're going to see every news channel, every newspaper telling you about Bitcoin being surging towards all-time highs. I actually spoke to my mum this morning. She said, oh, crypto's down. I read it in the newspaper. If the newspapers in the UK right now are telling us that crypto is going down, there's a good indicator that they're doing that to try and shake people out of crypto. And that means that you should be getting into it. If you have no money left to buy dips, then we have to live with that. What I would do, turn off my computer, turn off my phone, chill out, get out the house. If you're not going to sell it, stop watching the charts going down or up or whatever, because we are very far away right now from the top of a bull market. We're not very far away from the bull market getting started again. Hopefully you enjoyed that little bit of reality check, guys. Things are all fine. Don't stress yourselves too much. Ultimately, we don't know whether it's going to start pumping tomorrow, whether it's going to start pumping next week or into September, but there's a very, very good chance. But we are in a bull market. Eventually it will start going up and you will completely forget about all these hard times and all this panic that's going on in the markets right now. Hit the like button if you got through this far. If you're new to the channel and you haven't yet subscribed, I usually make videos on tutorials of what's going on chain. I usually talk about cryptos in big depth so that you can find some of the top crypto projects. And those top crypto projects, 99% of these coins will see significant upside during this bull market, and I'm going to make sure of it. So make sure you're subscribed, guys, and I'll see you later on in another video. Bye-bye.